So there you go. That's the song Fly by an Australian female roots musician called Toby. She goes by the name Toby, and she's a big fan of Canada because she keeps coming back here to play music. And we've actually got her on the line, and she'll be talking about her music and what we might expect at the show at Café du Soleil, which is coming up next week. So let's see if Toby is here.
Hello.
Excellent. We have you live on air here in Vancouver on CiTR Radio. This is Stranded, the Australian Canadian Music Show. Thanks for getting in touch. What do you? No problem. What can you tell the listeners about who you are and where you've come from? And this is you're no stranger to Canada, I believe.
No, this is actually my 9th time to the country. I think it's about my 8th tour. And I keep coming back. I think it's 9 times in about 4 years, I worked out the other day.
Wow.
I just, it's kind of becoming a second home, but it seems to be second home to many Australians.
Well, for myself, yeah, many.
Definitely. I'm just arrived in Fernie, and I forgot how many Australians hang out in Fernie. It's crazy.
How did it first come about? So 4 years ago, you said you first came here?
Yeah, I was actually doing a festival in Melbourne in Australia, and I met a Canadian band called 9 Mile. It was a trio back then, and the bass player just absolutely blew my mind, and I ended up contacting her, and I went over to meet her in Winnipeg, and we did some shows around there, and from there I just had a visit in Calgary and Canmore, and just fell in love with the mountains, as you do, and decided to do the whole band tour the year after, and that was the first time I came to Vancouver, and I just absolutely love it. I keep coming back, and there's some great music venues around Canada. This tour, we've got quite a few extra venues that we've never played at before as well, which is really exciting. So it just keeps sort of growing every time we come.
Building momentum, yeah. I was even reading an interview with another Australian. There's a band on the road at the moment called The Remains. They're sort of a country rock band, and they were saying that even getting gigs in Canada seems to be easier than in Australia. That, I mean, my experience is that people just love music here and love live music, and they're not afraid to support it. And that seems to be your experience too.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, the Australian scene seems to be forever changing, and it's becoming quite electronic. So the roots and blues scene was, the blues and roots scene was really, really big, a few years back when John Butler and the Waifs and Xavier Rudd and all that were getting really big. And Australia seemed to be really supporting that whole local independent muso scene. And it just seems to be changing a little at the moment. And I think for me that just means I've got to try other places as well. We've got a really fantastic fan base back in Western Australia, and there's no way I'd ever not live there. It works really well to keep going back there, and I think also not playing there too often is making it bigger. But there just seems to be that whole blues and roots thing going over here, and I just need to embrace it while it's all happening.
Absolutely. No doubt you'll be heading over to Vancouver Island to play there.
Yeah, we're actually doing only a couple shows over there. We've got a little festival in Duncan, and we're also playing the Duncan Garage Room for the first time, and also the Maquina in Tofino for the first time.
Well, definitely. I know that over there, they love their roots music on Vancouver Island, and I'm sure that you'll be very well received. We
meet a lot of Canadians. We just did a huge Western Australian show just before heading here, and met heaps of Canadians for some reason. And every one of them just says, "Oh, you are going to the island, aren't you? They'll love you there." So there has to obviously be some sort of vibe over there that I'm hoping that will fit into nicely.
Oh, absolutely. There's a guy actually came through here a couple of months back called Kim Churchill. Do you know? Have you ever?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, Kim Churchill. He's another one of the trailblazers of Australian roots musicians who are playing around, and John Butler plays here frequently. Xavier Rudd. So yeah, you're definitely part of a very strong contingent.
Yeah, Kim Churchill, we've actually did a couple of festivals with him last year in Canada, and just did a festival with him in Western Australia about 2 months ago, and yeah, I absolutely believe he's going to make it very, very big very, very quickly. I'm a
Wow.
bit jealous of how young he is as well.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. He's certainly, yeah, he's very hot-headed and a very, very hard player. But for yourself, we've played a couple of tracks and in some very beautiful, evocative music and some tender acoustic moments, and that's what people can expect on Wednesday. Are you playing solo, or you do have a band?
No, we will be playing with the band. Definitely for a show like Wednesday is going to be a little more acoustic and intimate, which is really fun for us because we've been doing a lot of pubs, which we also love, to do the whole pub rocky scene. Like tonight, I think we're playing a show from something like midnight to 2 in the morning, which it's going to be a Red Bull night for me and a lot of coffee. But for our cafe shows, I really look forward to doing them because we get to really play a whole different set to an entire different crowd. So we'll be playing all the new songs from the new album, Sweet Talk. But it will definitely get rocky as well. It gives us a chance to do all the intimate stuff first up and, sort of explore a few different themes and styles of music, and then we can't help but always get a bit rocky by the end of it.
Yeah. Well, it is a great venue for you there on Commercial Drive.
It's my first time playing there, actually.
Oh, great. Oh, you'll definitely be well received there at Café du Soleil. We're talking to Toby here from Western Australia, who's played in Canada, and this is the 9th tour. That's extraordinary in 4 years. That's amazing. You're definitely a hard-working musician.
Well, we go all over the shop. Last week we were up north in Fort St. John and Charlie Lake and Grand Prairie. We really do get to see a lot of Canada, so I'm pretty stoked to be coming up to Vancouver because we've only ever played Vancouver twice, I think.
Ah.
And it's my favourite city in Canada by far.
And where are you right now? Where are you playing tonight?
We're in Fernie right now, playing at the Central Hotel.
Oh, okay. And I should ask, have you passed through Alberta yet? Have you played Calgary?
Yeah, we've got Calgary on this Sunday at the Ironwood Stage and Grill. Last night we did a really, really fun show at the Drake Inn in Canmore. And we just spent a couple of nights playing in Panorama as well, which is just over the border in BC, right in the middle of the mountains. So we really do. I mean, this particular Canadian tour is, I think, 27 band shows in 4 weeks. And then about 15 or more solo shows, mainly on the East Coast.
Well, you'll be hitting Calgary right at the tail end of the Calgary Stampede, so you've got something interesting to look forward to there. You'll have people...
Yeah, it's the final night, I think.
It is. So you're going to have a lot of very emotionally charged people roaming the streets, hopefully finding out where you're playing. So it could be quite a night.
Emotionally charged or just drunkenly charged?
Yeah, a bit of both, I think.
It should be good.
It should. Well, thanks so much, Toby. This is Toby. She's speaking live here on Stranded, the Australian Canadian Music Show. And Toby is playing at Café du Soleil on Wednesday. And am I correct in you're playing 2 shows in Vancouver, or is that right?
Yeah, well, we've actually got Burnaby on Friday night.
Oh, okay.
At the Great Bear Pub.
Okay.
On Friday night, and we're also doing one set at Falconetti's on Commercial Drive as well on the Thursday at about 8:30.
Yeah.
We're just doing an opening set, but our main show is definitely this Wednesday night.
Yeah. Okay, so that's Toby from Western Australia, and we've played a couple of tracks already. We've played Fly, and I think we've got here one more. The song is called Again. What can you tell us about this song?
Oh, it's a bit of a song, a bit of a love that never happened that we can all relate to.
Yeah.
It's, I suppose, a real. It's quite folky for me. It's not actually my general style. It was a lot more of a slower ballad when I first wrote it, and then when I took it to the guys in San Fran where I recorded the album, they really sort of suggested a few changes of making the whole track a little bit more country and a little faster in tempo. So it did definitely change from when I stepped into the studio as to when I stepped out. But it's probably the most folk you'll hear of me. We're generally a lot more bluesy and reggae. So This one's, I suppose, a bit of a standout track in just that it's different to what we normally do.
Well, thanks, Toby, for calling through, and I hope you have a great show tonight and great rest of the tour.
Thank you so much.
No problem. So, Toby...
Take it easy.
No problem. So this is the song Again, and you can catch her at Café du Soleil on Wednesday night here in Vancouver.
away crying again. And I'm totally confused again. You said they're not talking like you always do. Is this what I'm missing? I'd rather just miss you. Yes, I can read your mind, but it's the words that you don't say that make me walk away again. And I know you're more than most, and I know the others, they don't understand at all. But you and I both know there's more than what we show. And here we are, we're stuck here once again. Yes, I can read your mind, but it's the words that you don't say that make me walk away again. Ooh, again. Yes, I can read your mind, but it's the words that you don't say that make me walk away again. Again. I walk away crying again. I walk away totally confused again.